From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision News for November 6, 2014. I'm Jordan Elston.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University inducted 3 new members of the Alabama Educational Leadership Hall of Fame this afternoon. And the induction ceremony held today in Hawkins Hall honored Tommy Ledbetter, a veteran educator known as the leader in the area of adolescent literacy, and included 2 posthumous inductions, longtime leader of the Alabama Education Association, Dr. Paul Hubbard, and former Alabama State Board of Education member Warren Gray. Ledbetter tells us how it feels to be a part of the Hall of Fame.
It's a very humbling experience. It's a very humbling experience. You go through life and you do your job and you do what you think is in the best interest of the students, and then something like this happens, and it's pretty humbling to sit and listen to other people talk about what you've done.
The Alabama Educational Leadership Hall of Fame is located in Hawkins Hall, the home of Troy University's College of Education.
Students walking across the North Quad may have come across a ring of books that definitely don't look like they came from the library. These uniquely decorated books are a way that one art class is trying to spread the love of reading. Troy University loves to get students involved in reading, and this year's Big Read initiative, Fahrenheit 451, sparked a creative flame with one art professor.
I'm trying to support the Big Read and the university-wide reading initiative of Fahrenheit 451. And a lot of the students that are in my time and space class are incoming freshmen. So what we try to encourage the incoming freshmen to do is understand the importance of reading. I also want the students to draw a connection to the importance of reading and research in developing works of art.
Ms. Leach had her students display their art on the social quad to give other students a creative view on Fahrenheit 451 and other banned books. Ms. Leach also told me a little bit about how the students created their artwork.
So we started with Fahrenheit 451 to generate an altered book. The students would then find books they could then, in effect, deconstruct and create an independent work of art.
I was able to speak with a few of the artists to gain a little knowledge about their work.
I decided to base my book off of Animal Farm because that was a banned book, and the plot of it kind of relates to Fahrenheit 451.
With my book, I wanted to use the idea of individuality versus conformity, which was a big idea in the book. So that's the idea that I wanted to portray with my book.
And I chose to make the last scene into my book where the world is blown up. My quote is, "You can't make people listen. They have to come around in their own time, wondering what happened and why the world blew up around them." And it ties in the ending of the Common Reading Initiative to the art installation that we did.
Ms. Leach and her students are very hopeful that the display will gain the attention of other students and get them interested in reading.
It can make people want to dive into the book themselves and get their own ideas.
The display will be up through the end of the semester.
And the clouds may have rolled in this afternoon, but before they did, students had the chance to enjoy a little carnival-themed fun outside the Trojan Center, courtesy of Kappa Delta Sorority. Bethany Wilson has more.
While a carnival on campus might seem like all fun and games to most Troy University students, it means much more to Kappa Delta Sorority.
Kappa Delta Sorority is out here raising money for Prevent Child Abuse America. 80% of the money that we'll raise today will go to the Child Advocacy Center actually in Troy, so we get to see our money and get to see what it goes towards. We have a dunking booth and a cotton candy machine. It's $2 for one throw, and then $5 you get 3 throws and you get a drink and cotton candy, and we're just really excited to see how much we can make and how much we can help.
With 80% of the funds raised staying right here in Pike County and 20% being donated to National Prevent Child Abuse America, one sister says the most rewarding part is being able to see the money put to use.
The best part about our philanthropy is that 80% of our funds do stay here in Troy for the Pike Child Advocacy Center. This is really important to me because we actually get to go to the Advocacy Center here in Troy and see what we're giving to and see what we're benefiting, and we get to play with the kids, and we have our own room that's dedicated to us, and without the funds that we raise, the Pike Child Advocacy Center would not be in Troy.
I'm here today at the KD Carnival, where for only $5 I had the opportunity to support a great cause, all while enjoying cotton candy and dunking a Delta. One Kappa Delta sister says that although the booth was a little chilly, it was well worth it for the cause.
Well, I just got out of the dunking booth and it was super cold, but it was also very rewarding to know that we're doing this for a good cause. We're doing this for the children because it shouldn't hurt to be a child.
Kappa Delta's next philanthropy event will take place in the spring. Bethany Wilson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Fundraised throughout Shamrock Week will go to the Pike Regional Child Advocacy Center. And Troy University is home to several different organizations in which students can get involved.
However, as Dustin Allen shows us in today's Organization Spotlight, there's one student group that is working in Troy to help end a worldwide problem.
Troy Voice of Justice is a new organization on campus that provides students the opportunity to end slavery across the country and around the world.
The organization, our purpose is to raise mostly awareness about human trafficking in general. There's 29.5 million slaves in the world today, and most people don't know that. So we're trying to raise awareness about it, and by doing that, we're also raising funds to help prevent it from happening.
The publicist for Troy Voice of Justice explains what Stella's Voice is and why it's important to the organization.
Voice of Justice is supporting Stella's Voice, which is based in Montgomery. Stella's Voice builds homes in Moldova, which is in Eastern Europe, and they build those homes to bring in girls that have been orphans, and they're getting them off the streets to prevent sex trafficking. Most organizations try to fight it, and they're trying to prevent it altogether, which I think is outstanding.
The organization is considered a new organization on campus. However, this isn't their first time at the university.
Many students can remember Stella's Voice from the End It movement earlier this year. However, they have now joined forces with the International Justice Mission to bring awareness of human trafficking not only to the university, but to Troy's community as well.
Originally, we were two separate organizations. We were Stella's Voice, which was specifically sex trafficking in Moldova. And we also were International Justice Mission, which is anti-human trafficking, period. We basically have the same purpose, which is anti-human trafficking, anti-slavery. So we wanted to combine to form one organization since we fight the same cause. So now we're Voice of Justice. Voice of the Silenced was the main event they held this semester. For more information on how you can contribute to the organization, you can visit facebook.troyvoiceofjustice.com. Dustin Allen, Troy TrojanVision News.
Tune in tomorrow for the final installment of our Organization Spotlight series.
And now taking a look at news from around the state, the turnout for Alabama's election was the lowest since Alabama became a two-party state. Nearly complete election results indicate that about 41% of Alabama's nearly 2.9 million active registered voters participated in Tuesday's election. The turnout for the gubernatorial elections in Alabama had ranged from about 51% to 58% since 1986, when Alabama elected its first Republican governor since the construction.
Alabama House Speaker Mike Hubbard has begun his quest for another 4 years as Speaker. House Republicans meet today to discuss leadership positions. The powerful Republican was indicted last month on 23 charges accusing him of using his offices for financial gain.
And sheriff officials say a boy in an unincorporated Elmore County is being hospitalized after being attacked by his family's dog. Sheriff Bill Franklin says the young boy was mauled by his family's pit bull yesterday afternoon and was taken to Children's of Alabama Hospital in Birmingham.
Still to come on Troy TrojanVision News, the soccer team played UL Lafayette in the Sun Belt Conference Championships yesterday. See how they did when Clay Yeager joins us in sports.
And the 2014 Best Job Report was published, and the best job of 2014 might surprise you. We'll have that and more after the break. Stay with us.
This billion-dollar industry is reaching new heights with no signs of slowing down. I'm Danielle Nottingham in Los Angeles. I'll have a story coming up.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
Hi, I'm Mia Hamm. As a professional soccer player, I know how rewarding sports can be and how quickly injuries happen. So I've teamed up with the American Association of Orthodontists to ask athletes to play it safe. With my years of training, I know what it takes to become an expert, and orthodontists do too. They're the experts who help people obtain healthy, beautiful smiles. Wear mouthguards, face masks, and helmets to prevent injuries. Keep smiling and visit braces.org.
The warrior spirit, it's in there. Always has been. Now let it out and take the world by fire. Train well and learn what it means to be a Troy Trojan. Walk with confidence, conquer, claim territory, and climb ladders. Know that you have the power to stand alone, but the comfort of knowing that you'll never have to. Discover your inner warrior. Find it at troy.edu/spirit.
Now, the latest in Trojan sports on Troy TrojanVision News.
The soccer team will move up in the bracket as they won their first game against the number 7 seed UL Lafayette 1-0 in yesterday's game. In the second half, Alyssa Jones received a pass from midfield as she split 3 defenders and scored her 12th goal of the season. Jones is now 2 goals shy from most goals of the season, which is 14. The win marks the first win for the Trojans in the Sun Belt Conference Championships.
It's huge. It feels so good. We've worked all season and all 19 games leading up to this, and that's all. The beginning of the season, our first goal was to make it to the conference and make history and win it for the first game. So that now that we've accomplished that, it just feels really good. The morale is really, really high, and we're all really excited.
Up next, the Trojans will take on the number 3 seed Texas State tomorrow at 4 p.m. With the football team approaching their remaining 3 games and their record not improving, the Trojans will look to face Georgia State this weekend. Out of 125 teams in the FBS rankings, Troy ranks 96th for passing yards, 97th for rushing yards, 121st for points for, and 120th for points against. Out of the 125 teams, Troy is ranked 80 in the country. Even though the stats do not show the Trojans' hard work, players such as Brandon Timmons say that the teams know how hard the Trojans can play despite their record. They won't overlook them.
I think everyone knows about Troy and everything. Everybody knows that Troy is going to play hard. Like I said, if they are overlooking us, watch out now. We will come up big in games. But like I said, I don't think they overlook us. Everybody we've been playing has told us we have some good players and we are really pushing forward. You just gotta keep. Everybody just keeps saying keep fighting, keep doing everything like that. But I think as the weeks go on, we'll get better.
The Trojans will take on an equally struggling Georgia State team at home that also has a record of 1-8. Kickoff is set for 2 p.m. The volleyball team will take on a familiar UL Monroe team tomorrow night for senior night, as well as their last home game of the season. The last time the Trojans played the Raging Cajuns, Troy lost 2-3. The Trojans will look to change that around this time for the seniors. Senior players such as Maria Zelenovich, Kelly Curran, Kayla Picard, Katie Fimster, and Alicia Dukes will be honored in tomorrow night's game. Head coach Sonia Kirkpatrick says that the least they could do for their team is win the last home game.
You never want your seniors to go out with a loss at home. So the best thing we could do for our seniors is to try to win a couple matches for them and hopefully carry that momentum into next weekend. And our seniors have meant so much to our program. We can't thank them enough for all the work they've put in. And unfortunately, 2 of them are out and unable to play. So, we've got to have everyone else to kind of step up and help them out and try to get a couple wins.
The last home game is set for 7 p.m. in the Trojan Arena tomorrow night. And there may still be plenty of football left to play, but there's already time for the Trojan basketball teams to start their new seasons. Both the men and women's team will have exhibition games tonight in the Trojan Arena. The men will take on the Argos of West Florida tonight at 7:30, and the men will take on UAH starting in just a few minutes. Admissions to tonight's exhibition matches is free.